unto your squirrel, o'er the deep dark forest, at the edge of the world, in those untamed wilds, danger manifest, full of dark and fear. Squirrel, protect me, danger I cannot see, high up upon the trees from where you lived. You fought off the owl, a bird that was fire, a furry friend of the forest, so let him go be, that is my story. The squirrel set me free, defeated that fowl, give him clean water, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, a furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, furry friend of the forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, 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 toss an acorn to your little chipmunk, wandering along, was struck down by a fierce owl, with scarlet bill song, where from thee the owl flew, a little woodland creature hidden among trees, his sparkling eyes a glitter. After the chipmunk their evil long pursued, scurry did he, stumbling among the tree, the owl dove ever down. Out jumps squirrel, screeching his battle cry, fierce woodland beast, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, oh the deep dark forest, toss an acorn to your squirrel, oh the deep dark forest, at the edge of the world, in those untamed wilds, danger manifest, full of dark and fear. Squirrel, protect me, danger I cannot see, high up upon the trees from where you lived. You fought off the owl, a bird that was fire, a furry friend of the forest, so let him go be, that is my story. The squirrel set me free, defeated that fowl, give him clean water, toss an acorn to...
Hello, good morning. I'm just finishing up updating the schedule for this week because of my changed work rotation. And I am currently launching the game. But good morning. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone's happy, healthy, wise, and the whatnot. And it's extra loud for me because I turned my headphones up because that's the kind of person I am. And so on these headphones, there's a volume control on one side and a leveler on the other side where I can adjust like the media channel and the game channel independently. In the scenario of I click start instead of resume, in the scenario of I'm watching like YouTube and streaming at the same time, right? And inevitably, I'll adjust the wrong side at least once a day, because that's the kind of person I am. But yeah, that's where we're at on that. I hope everyone is well today, happy, healthy, wise, and all of that. Um, yeah, that's where we're at on that. But yes, welcome in, guys. Let me open a ghost chat so I don't have to peep over here to check chat constantly. And I think that we are good to go. I have broken that. Error. Oh, because I just copied the exe onto the desktop and not a shortcut to the file. GLH. Nope. GHSD. Yeah. Apps. No. All right. Well, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. D drive, ghost chat, ghost chat. When all else fails, just go manually open a file, right? If it would like to open. There we go. Ghost chat, you're doing great. Okay, there we go. Shabam. All right, and we go. We ball. I boiled water and did not actually make coffee because it took me the whole 5 minutes to actually update the schedule. um, you know what? The water is boiled. I'm just gonna grind coffee real quick. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I return with the coffee this time. Okay, so we are trying to go to the roof, I believe. Personal history, primary. Nope, that's codex, not the journal. Um, they can be found on the roof of Peak 15. All right, perfect. Uppies. Roof. Oh, there we go. Uppies. Look at my party members just waiting quietly. All right. Is this? Okay, this is going somewhere. There's. Oh. All right, Rachni Soldier. technician kit. Medical interface, I believe, is the heal over time one that we're using. Medical interface. Oops. Back. Which characters? Medical interface. So everyone has a medical interface already. Okay, so everyone has a heal over time if everything isn't horrible. Satellite. Does this lead to the roof? Boop. Up. Perfect. Oh, there's a whole mess of them. Oh, and babies. Oh. Um. Oh. Oh, overheated. Too many bullets, too fast. But, you know, at least the heal over time works, right? We can just vibe here for a second without burning through any Omni Gel. Which is still useful to us, right? Lock crate and a mirror terminal. Oh. Nope. Perfect. Kessler, Tornado, Avenger. Um. What landlines? Okay. There was supposed to be something that we interacted with here to do it. Good morning, Lion. I mean, I'm Espanol, Jaime. Technically correct. Um, oh, that landline. So I walked past it because I am a clever guy. But good morning. I hope you're well. It goes. God damn it. Why 4 is game capture not working? Alright, let me quit to the main menu and start over. Game capture, why 4 no work? Now? Interesting. Well, at least we're only like 10 minutes in or whatever. Thanks, Lion. Honestly, like, fighting with OBS sometimes to get game capture to work is frustrating, right? Between OBS doing OBS things and audio issues, like, let me tell you, it's not easy or fun to figure out sometimes. I think the worst is one time, no one told me that the audio was broken for an hour. Oh. Okay, that specifically I can speak as to. Because Chrono Trigger is just a Super Nintendo port. So it doesn't have an in-game audio function to do anything with. Because it's based on your TV. So I just made a separate audio capture for that game. So that would be why that isn't working.
Now exiting to the roof. User alert.
I mean, valid. But yeah, no, one time I had broken audio for an hour. Then people were trolling me when I was asking if it was fixed. So, you know, there comes a certain point where, like, you know, I question why I bother. Now, the problem being that it's happened more than once that people have done stuff like that. So, it seems like a very strange thing for people to do, and it's different people that are doing it. Right? Like, hey, your audio is broken. Okay, cool, let me try and fix it. Is it better now? No. Is it better now? No. Etc., for like 10 minutes, right? And like, I told them, it's like, if you guys keep this up, I'm just gonna end stream. Like, we're already an hour in with broken audio, and now you're wasting my time. Well, because, and that was Baldur's Gate, right? A game that's fully voice acted. So it is very annoying to not have an hour's worth of audio for the purposes of VODs or uploading to YouTube or whatever, right? And mind you, right? I don't edit my VODs. So like, since they're full gameplay playthroughs, it's important to have the audio. Right? Like, especially like in early days when like it was just like me, Levy, Stone. Like it wasn't a lot of us around, so a lot of times it was just me talking or letting the game fill the dead air, right? Which is a lot of why I play fully voice acted games on stream, is because even if I don't got something to say, at least there's something for you guys to listen to, right?
Now entering main reactor. All systems functioning within accepted.
Now, my goal is to still have my first playthrough be in honor mode. And I am thinking about streaming The Struggle. What's up, Lion? Oh, Lion. Oh, Lion, my Lion. I was already here. Everything's looted. Where am I going? Codex. Journal. Lord Quinn. Oh. Oh. To Rift Station. Amp. Up. Well, yes, that is in fact where the elevator is, where I came from. I know that one time you said you would like to play Red Dead, but your computer wouldn't let you. Now that you have a new computer, yes, because Levy and I, if not for the entire story mode, Levy and I do have a race to see who can get $100,000 first. Oh, let me tell you, like, Rudy is a very involved $100,000 in game by any means possible. It is a long form challenge. Isn't that game like A, not particularly easy? Yes, but you can also just go rob people. You can steal a whole train. You know, you have options. Cafeteria. Reactor. Roof. Is this also a reactor? Tram. Oh, I ran past the tram to see if there was anything else worth doing. I know where I'm going. But yes, it is not a lot of money. A gold ring is like $5 or something. Tram? Tram. See, I'm clever. Lion, also keep in mind, Levy and I are trying to race through all 9 Kingdom Hearts games.
Now entering decontamination and transit hub.
So, the things that Levy and I set out to do on stream are
Loose contaminants
probably not
and
the advisable ways to play
decontamination
games.
Access to passenger tramways inadvisable.
But you know, I gotta keep it interesting because I don't really have a great deal of interest in downloading a whole bunch of mods, right? As we've discussed, like, I find it vexing to update mods every time there's a game update, and some of the mods work and some of them don't. Oh, but Lion, Levy 100% in Kingdom Hearts 3, so I'm not even gonna play it.
They're locked in.
I could bypass the door.
Because the criteria being who gets a higher percentage of completion, but I also beat them faster than Levy.
Tunnels now.
Because Levy posits that she...
Couldn't get to the struck.
Yes, all 9, all the side games as well, including Chain of Memories, which is the card
Because he was
game.
part of whatever happened here.
Among my people, a suicide's body would be left for scavengers. The Nathak will get to him eventually.
Junk bin. Shredder rounds, fusion explosive. I want a fusion No, I don't want to scrap the fusion explosive. I actually want that. Where is my grenade? Fusion explosive, toxic damage. But because it's higher percentage completion, and I'm not using guides, there's no way I'm 100%ing any game without a guide. Therefore, you know, Levy wins Kingdom Hearts 3, and I don't even have to play it. Which I know isn't the greatest answer I could have provided to that problem, but it's the one I have available, right? I also always put on my helmet instead of switching characters. Shotguns. That's also your helmet. I can't even take off your helmet even if I wanted to. Electronics. Master Overload. Electronics skill too low. Maybe. Oh yeah. Tally, best girl. Welcome to the Frogger minigame, guys. Oh, I got ran over. I guess the nice thing about the Frogger minigame... Oh, there we go. The nice thing about the Frogger minigame is that, like, even if you fail, you can just retry it.
Connections restored. Processing new data. User alert. Unable to connect to hot lab facilities.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
But yeah, I'll get back to Red Dead. Oh, we're shooting someone. I'll get back to Red Dead. And the issue with Red Dead specifically was that the shaders, right? I had to pre-render the shaders every time I wanted to play it. So like we specifically knew what the issue was. We just didn't have a best way to play it on the fly, right? And we didn't have a schedule when we were playing it either. So that also, you know, made it more frustrating, right? That is definitively worse. And I have 4 of them. Yeah. So having to go in and do the benchmark test at half a frame a second for whatever reason. Here's a hint. The benchmark test takes a while at half a frame a second. Let me tell you. So like it was either run Red Dead for an hour or so before we even streamed, if I knew we were gonna play it, right? But when we didn't have a schedule, like everything was variety. So yeah, specifically half a frame every time. And like Reddit had no answer, like other streamers had no answers. Like no one could figure it out. And like there was other people that had like, oh, you know, if you play at full screen, you know, it caps it for whatever reason unless you do X or Y, right? But like it was a full screen issue because we switched to window.
Destination.
But like a lot of people had it capped at 1 frame a second for some reason, but no one had even heard of half a frame. And when you're rendering at half a frame a second, it takes forever to even cancel a benchmark test partway through. Unless you just want to crash the game. So I haven't reinstalled it yet and tried, but like, you know, between a rendering issue with the old video card and stuff and what have you, you know, who knows, right? So I don't know if you've been around specifically when I talked about it, and I'm going to be talking about this a lot in the next month or so. So my team at work is down to 2 people out of a team of 4. One guy's leaving to work in corrections, and my team lead became my manager. He got the promotion that he applied for.
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
Can they run a train?
Can those things work at trains' controls?
Hell if I know. I'm not assuming any goddamn thing. Look, you're human, and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
Alliance Navy.
Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Navy. My crew came up from Hanshan.
Didn't figure you space jockeys liked getting mud on your boots. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all there anymore. First we knew the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as hell doesn't feel like it. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
I'm not gonna let any of your people die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians. There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. Can take you down to the hot labs. Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
All right, there's a lot of dialogue here.
You're certain the Matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
Bugs here for
Did
the
the
lab?
aliens come from inside the facility, or did they attack from the outside?
You want my personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
Valid.
Tell me about the structure of the hot labs.
It's built into one of the glaciers further down the mountain. Real old, thick, stable one. Something goes wrong, they heat it up and sink it into the ice. Normally the people down there, it's too dangerous. You understand?
I gotcha. The
Tell me
facility.
about Rift Station.
I can't talk about everything. What do you need to know?
How secure is
Tell
this
me about
place?
the defenses here.
Secure enough that you shouldn't poke in corners.
I was just impressed with your operation. Being able to weather a week of assaults is no mean feat.
Only the best get assigned to high-security facilities like this. What impresses me most is the turrets, alarms, and cameras. They're all routed through a central location out by the quarantine labs. One guy can lock down the whole facility. The security hub's the last logical fallback, and we'd have cover from the turrets all the way.
I mean, that makes sense, though. Like, I too would route all my defenses through a central hub, right? Generally, likely around, and like you said, you know, falling back to your security hub is the way to go, right? Because you're going to have your staff area centered around it. So that makes logical sense to me. The only other option that I would provide in this scenario would be have a secondary hub elsewhere. The disadvantage of the secondary hub would be such that if the facility were to be overrun, though, someone else could take control of your secondary hub and deactivate your defenses. But also, if your primary location was overrun in the first place, a secondary hub, you know, would at least give you something to work with. So, I mean, depending on the layout of the facility and like how many people are generally manning this hub, right? You know, if there's a dozen security personnel in this area of the labs, you know, irrelevant because they can activate the defenses before someone can overtake their security hub, I guess. Aliens?
What can you tell me about the aliens?
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
All right, I'm looking for a Volus.
I need to know more about the situation in the hot labs.
The facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
Okay.
How are your people holding up?
We weren't expecting the initial wave. They made it inside. We lost some good people. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept order by long shifts and stems. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
All right.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell! Man the perimeter!
I hear bugs. We good?
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
I mean, yes, but you probably also have something that they want. In any case, back to what I was saying. So we're down to a team of 2, because my team lead became my manager. Hello, computer? No. So I do have agency to pick my own schedule. So once we get some more people trained and I don't need to just be working whatever schedule I'm working to provide 7-day-a-week coverage at our store, I am going to be switching my stream days. And I think I'm going to take Sundays and Mondays off work. Which will be nice that I don't have to go to work on Sundays, if we're being honest about it. So what will likely happen in that scenario... Hello, aid station. That would be med kits that I don't need yet. Storage locker. What will likely happen in that scenario is... Locked. Is we'll do co-working on Sunday mornings.
This one will get you.
To start out everyone's week. And then...
You're not part of the crew.
I'm a Spectre.
Call me Shepard. I'm a Spectre sent by the Citadel.
There aren't any human specters. Look, Plague doesn't care who you are. This lab is under quarantine.
So, yeah, anyways, the schedule will probably become... Sunday we'll do co-working in the morning. And we'll do our JRPG later in the day, likely after lunch. Take the evening off. And then Mondays we'll do Mass Effect in the morning or Payday with Jester. But like, in that scenario, if I'm just free all day on Mondays, I might also see if Buttercar wants to do multiplayer on Mondays instead of Thursdays. Because I'll be at work on Thursdays, admittedly. My Thursday shift won't change, actually. Regardless of what rotation I pick for myself. I'll either do a Sunday to Thursday, or I'll do a Wednesday to Saturday. But, you know, if I can move all my multiplayer stuff to Mondays, it's a bit easier to plan games with you guys. Because it's like, hey, this week I'm doing Payday with Jester in the morning, and next week I'm doing Factorial with Buttercar, you know. Does anyone want to do multiplayer specifically on Mondays, right? And then people know when I'm available to multiplayer instead of like, well, here's the schedule, these are variety days, we'll figure it out, right?
Nightmares like this. Too many cheap horror vids before it lights out.
Gotta keep the mood light. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll... Yeah, you just have to.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
You always that vague?
Are you
Who's
trying to
them?
be cryptic or are you just nuts?
I wish I were crazy. it would be easier.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Don't screw with me. They can't be Rachni.
Aren't the Rachni extinct?
The Krogan wiped them out 1,000 years ago.
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane?
Hey, tell me about the Rachni.
I need to know everything about the Rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the Rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Actually, I got further questions.
What?
How did you
I heard
survive?
you were at the Hot Labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Answer the question.
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
All right, then help me beat them.
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
You think I want absolution? There is none.
All right, well, that was worth a try.
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the Hot Labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
Okay, weak to biotics, got
I'll be
it.
leaving now.
But isn't it? But at least he admits it, right? He doesn't try and defend his position there. You know, he knows it's his fault and he owns it, right? So, I'm not gonna fault him for that. You know, like... Kessler... We are getting rank 6 weapons, which is nice. Nope. I swear to Jesus. If I don't know what my controls are by this point, we got a problem. It is, and like a lot of times we lie to ourselves about this, that, and the other thing, right? Combat scanner. You know, I could give them their secondary mods. It would probably be a good idea. Probably be very helpful to me, that they can actually do all the things. Rail extension. You're not going to use a pistol, so I'm not going to bother. Toxic damage. Oops. And a combat scanner. Wait, hold up a second. So you get the upgraded pistol. You can have 2 mods. This is the best Christmas ever. So you have rail extension and high caliber. Oh, it's a 7. Jesus. Combat scanner. I'm just gonna give her a combat scanner on all her weapons. I really don't like the map bugging out. But yeah, no. Sometimes we do lie to ourselves, right? Like a lot of times, you know, I'll say everything's fine, right? I'll lie to you guys. I won't lie to you guys, but like, you know, everything's fine. Don't worry about it, right?
I told
Because
you to leave.
my job is something that you guys can't control, can't help me with, right? But you know, I did I did have a chat with Lucy yesterday, right? And like, I am just a little burnt out on the entire job project, right? Ads in 2 minutes. Like, I don't hate my job, but I get a lot of anxiety around my job. Because we're watching for people to do things, right? And if I'm not seeing it, I know it's happening, like in the back of my mind, and I'm stressing myself out. Why am I not able to identify the issue here, right? Why can I not find the people that are stealing or committing the crime or what have you, right? And that's stressful to me because I know it's happening. Less accurate, less damage, but we do get an extra slot. Yes, the extra slot has a great deal of value to me. Bonus accuracy, please. Nope, that's not what I wanted. And then you get the upgraded weapon. And a regular storage locker. And the nice thing about these mini games is you can convert all these mods that we're picking up and all the weapons into Omnigel and use the Omnigel to skip the mini game. You don't have to do this if you truly don't enjoy it. But like work's just been stressing me out, and then like my team lead has been my interim manager for months now.
Where did they come from? Were they at the lab? I never went in the high security areas.
So like we've been short because he's been traveling to the other stores in our zone and stuff, right? Hello, Dr. Paladin.
What? No. Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack.
Yeah, it's working security is not easy sometimes. Ads start now, so I'm just gonna yap at you, and I'm not gonna do this dialogue. Ads allegedly start now. It's not easy to work security, and I was talking to Buttercar about it actually, because Buttercar's an actual doctor, worked in a hospital, right? So like the other day, I was drawing a diagram of how they laid out a general floor in the new tower that they built at a local hospital, and how I liked it better for a security standpoint, because it's a donut, but there's not 2 wards on the floor anymore. It's just 1 ward with a central nursing station. But they also designed it such that we don't have computers on wheels anymore, or workstations on wheels, as they're commonly called. They built ledges outside of each patient room with windows facing into the patient room, with power outlets, so you can plug in your tablet or laptop or whatever instead of carting your computer around. Because also, you know, carting the computer in and out of the patient room is, you know, not easy with doorways and stuff, because they're not double fire doors to get through, right? Ad break. I don't know if you have Turbo, Lion. I know I've told you that Turbo's probably the way to go before. I don't know if you can hear me, but that's that, for what it's worth. But security, boo. Welcome back from ads. But yeah, no, I definitely don't like being idle, right? But you know, that is why I like streaming and hanging out with you guys on Twitch, right? Is, you know, I get to socialize with people, right? Because working by yourself is not great. I am tapped out because I was typing to you.
I'm looking for an Asari.
Asari? Well, there's Dr. Ayalis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing, I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
What do you do here?
I'm a toxicologist. I can't talk about my work. Not that I'm doing anything since the accident.
Accident?
There was an accident here?
I can't talk about what happened. Not here. Too public. Talk to Dr. Cohen in the medical ward. He was the project lead.
You know what? Instead of typing between dialogue things, I'll just voice it and then we'll move on. Yeah, but with my team lead, out traveling, right? You know, I've picked up a lot more administrative functions, like reviewing reports and tracking down video for this, that, and the other thing. Because on top of our, like, regular stuff, right? Since I work in a retail location, right? Let's say there's a wet floor and someone slips and injures themselves, right? So, management will file a incident report. It'll get passed up the line. It'll get passed over to my manager, who passes it down to someone at the individual store. Generally, everyone from the team gets CC'd on it, and it's whoever's around, you know, investigates, right? But, with my team lead out of the store, often I will get the email. So, like, you know, I'll forward it on to whoever's working or whatever if I'm not there. Or I'll call them and be like, hey, look into this. I'll be in like an hour. We'll figure it out, right? But with him away, it can wait kind of until he's in to review what we do have and make a decision for me. I've got to review video, document it, upload it to SharePoint, which is, you know, the Microsoft OneDrive or whatever. Write the observation notes based on what happened with the incident where someone fell or got injured or whatever the case may be that we're submitting a claim for. And then, you know, forward it on back to him. Be like, hey, this is done. Please review when convenient, and I can add or find more video if possible. So yesterday, communication was good, right? Our store manager called, said, hey, this happened around this time. I went, okay, where? And then I got confused, called him back. I was like, okay, so specifically where? And then I finally got the email a couple hours later, right? And I was like, all right, I have a vague idea of what happened, but I don't have video to prove it. And their response is, well, just get what video you can and document what you can observe, right? But, like, it sounds like, on top of doing that for my team, I'm going to have to also be following up with other stores, which is largely just forwarding the email, right? Hey, you know, you had a slip and fall, you know, in your whatever department. Do or don't we have video of this incident, right? And then, you know, if we get a secondary email, hey, we need more video, or we never received video, and no documentation of why we don't have video, you know, I am to once again follow up with that team and be like, hey, like, guys, we need to do our paperwork because, you know, we want to be sure we did our diligence in was there a wet floor sign or what have you, or or wasn't there a wet floor sign, but someone had observed that there was a spill and was on the way to get one wet floor iron arrived 1 minute after the fall or whatever, right? Like, we just document these things. Or observe video and whatever our findings may be. So, when I was talking to him, he's like, I want to move you to help me with all this admin stuff because, you know, it's a lot of paperwork and I have management experience, right? But I like it because it'll give me something to do when I don't have other things to be doing, right? But at the same time, it takes me away from the primary focus of dealing with things that are going on within my four walls, as it were, right? And with that, and we have to train two new people, right? It is going to feel like a lot for the next while. On top of it's felt like a lot for the last couple of months because we were short a person, and then, you know, we knew that this other guy was leaving to work corrections. He's going to have a better work schedule for himself and make more money, right? I don't fault him for leaving, you know? But at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. But also, like, I personally feel like I'm rapidly approaching a point in life where I want to just, like, leave and do something I enjoy for a while, you know? It's not that I don't enjoy security, but it's just, it's the anxiety of not being able to know that I'm achieving something sometimes, right? Because there's a lot of watch video, are they doing something, or they're not doing something, and then they, you know, end up paying for whatever it is, right? It's, well, I just spent an hour watching someone that paid for their stuff. Good job on me, right? Traditional security, at least I was patrolling, I was active doing something, even if it was just walking around and checking in on people. But, like, you know, it's one of those things where you ask people, if you had all the money in the world, what would you do? And I don't like traveling. I don't like planes. Like, I wouldn't travel that much. Or it'd be like one big long trip and then we're done, right? You know? If I won the lottery tomorrow and won like $50 million, right? Sure, let's go on a plane, go to Europe, but we're going to do like all of Europe in one shot. You know, one long trip and then we come home. I don't want to be flying all over the place all the time. But yeah, I honestly don't know, like, if someone asked me what my dream job would be, even, I don't even have an answer for them at this point. Like, I went to school and studied automation. Like, I have a trade certificate. It's so boring to actually do as a job. Like, 0 to 10, do not recommend. You don't hate your job. I like my job. It's just that, like, there's so much downtime that causes me stress and anxiety, right? And then, like, the stress and anxiety wears down on you and you get burnt out, right? And, like, that's what I was talking to Lucy about. Like, you know, she's like, you know, this is what I'm observing, right? And I'm like, well, you know what, maybe if this is the behavior we're observing, you know, it's time for me to step down to the mod because I'm not exhibiting the behavior that we want to be showing people is best for the community, right? And like, I think we're at a point where I don't need to mod for everyone in the community, right? Once upon a time, when we were small communities, it was a lot easier too, right? It was a lot easier to mod for everyone because the chat was less active. So, like, it was easy to have, you know, someone up on the other monitor while I'm doing whatever over here, right? Playing my game, streaming myself sometimes, right? Because I put you guys down at probably about 15% volume, so I can hear you. I can hear everything that you're saying in your chat. I keep an eye on your chat because I do split monitor. I have my stream manager on one side, I have your stream on the other side. And then if I have someone tabbed, it's, you know, a third window behind my gameplay on the other monitor, right? But that's my 3 windows to count as a viewer for people, for the metrics. And, you know, I am more than happy to have, you know, someone smaller that might need my help up as my other window over here, right? You know, because then if you're like, hey, like, how do I ban someone? You know, you can't figure it out. It's easy for me to pop over, type a chat command, and then type it so you can copy it next time, right? Super easy, super simple. I don't have to be particularly involved in the process at that point, right? But, like, I think that Lucy's safe at this point. She's got an active community, but she also have mods that are a bit more involved than I am. So that was part of my thought process on stepping down. Like, I'm burnt out, but also she doesn't need my help anymore, right? She has you, she has W, she has Dan, she has Butters, and whoever else, right? And I mod for a lot of people. A lot of people that don't stream anymore, mind you. But if I go in the thing, I think that last time I popped in there, like 22 people had modded me. And like some of them were people like I have no interest in modding for. Like I stopped by their stream to say hi, but like I don't even think I stick around for the 5 minutes to be considered an engaged viewer. Like, you know, I stop in, I do like a wellness check, and then I bounce, right? I'm good enough friends with the people that I'll say hi. I'm not good enough friends that I'm interested in playing or watching whatever game it is, right? And that's how it be sometimes, right? Everyone is going to play games that other people aren't interested in. And it's not, I guess I wouldn't even say friends. We're good enough acquaintances that I'll stop in to see that they're doing well, right? You know, and sometimes they do play a game I'm interested in, and I will hang out for like an hour or whatever, right? But like, it's inconsistent enough that, you know, I was like, I can't mod here, right? I'm not going to be around, even a little. Like, I can't guarantee it. But anyways, like, for people that don't have a lot of mods and are smaller communities that could need the help, I'm happy to do it. But modding also, with my... Hello, Dovey. Congratulations on second. With my always needing to feel like I'm doing something, modding definitely does feel like an obligation to me, is what I'm finding. So I think that I am going to be having conversations with a lot of people that have a sufficient mod team and be like, hey, like, do you actively need me for this? Or like, is it okay if I unmod myself? Because if I'm not a mod and I'm just a viewer, you know, it feels a lot less like an obligation. And it'll be less stressful. Congratulations, join Team T. Ooh, cool. Dovey, we were talking about burnout and the nature of my job. Would you like me to start over? I'll go saving us all. It's going. It does. Would you like to be unmodded, Dovey? Would you like to be a VIP? Okay. Easy. Nope, that would be banned. No. Okay, I'm confused. I'm getting yeses and nos. If you would like to be a VIP, please type please unmod me. I am confusion. We're doing good, Vader. I've just been talking about the nature of my job and how I'm getting a little burnt out trying to mod for everyone and do my own thing and work my job, and everything is a bit much. And I did have a chat with Lucy about like how my behavior has been bad lately, you know. But like with the restart your story about burnout. Don't unmod me. Okay. All right, Lion, you're not gonna miss anything. So Dove, I'm sure you've heard that my team lead took an interim management position. All right. We're gonna while I do story time. Would you believe that when I made all these overlays, I didn't make a just chatting one? We're gonna sit here and live like this, I guess. So, Dovey, back in like February, my manager, yeah, I know. I made a oh, Dovey, you never saw this. I made a BRB screen. look how cute this is. It's just a cafe split into two halves with a bar in the middle so I can write whatever my message is. But this way, when I get up to go get a parcel or whatever, or like run to the store because I need to grab lunch or whatever, I don't have to worry about people being unhinged in chat because it's not recorded on here. So when I export my full-length VODs to YouTube for gameplay or whatever, because I don't make shorts or whatever, you know, there's nothing that's going to be a TOS violation. So I think that's going to be excellent. Alright, chatting. Alright, welcome to my blank overlay. Add camera source. Camera. Alright, that's me, right? And then we add browser source. Chat. You guys are here. And then we add source. Game capture. Cafe. That lives there. That lives underneath everything. Okay, and that'll be that for now. What a beautiful, quick, and easy overlay. So anyways, so my team lead took an interim management position like February, March. So he's been doing management things, right? He's been out of store. Functionally, our team's been short a person. And then we've got another guy that's leaving to go work another job. Better hours for him and his wife. And he's going to make 50% more money, right? So that's a good move for him, right? So my team's down to 2 people. So I'm going to be doing evenings 4 nights a week, which is definitely going to help my mood. But also, like, I'd rather have a consistent do evenings instead of this constant, well, you do 2 evenings, 3 mornings, and, like, your life is a nightmare because your sleep schedule is in shambles, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the same schedule for now. I'm going to work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evenings. And then I'll do Thursday mornings to get all our paperwork done. So my Thursday is going to be probably 4 hours of admin at this point. But, you know, our paperwork will be on point, and everything that needs to be done will be done. It'll be great. And my other guy is good to do Thursday through Saturday evenings, Sunday, Monday morning. So far as we go, we're good on scheduling, but we also have to train 2 new people on top of it, right? Which is going to be taxing us. But, you know, we'll do what we can, and ideally we don't train 2 people at the same time. But, like, with the nature of the job, it's security, and it's a lot of hurry up and wait. We're watching and waiting for people to steal or do property damage or whatever so we can deal with them, right? So it's not a very active security role. Yes, we have 2 open requisitions. As soon as the first guy gave his notice, we put 1 up. And then as soon as my team lead became my manager, we put up a second one. But since like, we didn't have any open lines on the schedule, like, we couldn't put postings up, and that was kind of our issue with hiring in advance. Because they are still on our schedule, they're still part of our budget, right? And I understand how that works, and I understand how business works, so that doesn't upset me. But because, like, it's security, and, like, I'm one of those people that always needs to be doing something. Like, even when I'm watching Netflix or something, like, you know, I'm doing a puzzle, I'm building Legos or something, like, I'm always doing something while I'm sitting here hanging out with you guys, right? Even if I'm playing a game, you know, I need to feel like I'm accomplishing something, I guess. So the hurry up and wait and just not accomplishing anything and being short-staffed is really burning me out. So there's that. And, like, what I was saying to Lion is, I'm happy to mod for people, right? But, like, I was looking and I was like, I mod for 22 people. And I unmodded myself in several channels. because like they're people that I'm more of acquaintances with, and like they play a lot of games I'm not interested in. So like I'll pop in, check, do a wellness check, how you doing, and then I'll bounce. I probably am in those channels less than 5 minutes to be counted as an engaged viewer, even, right? But like, I know that a lot of people just really appreciate someone coming to say hi or whatever, some social interaction while they're doing their thing, right? I don't think these people are upset with me, just the nature of how it is, right? Like they play a lot of games that are not my vibe. And that's fine. You know, we love our lurkers. We love people that come chat with us, right? Hello, Levy. But, you know, it be what it be. Levy, you're up, like, early. We don't normally see you for another hour. But anyways, to wit, like, with the burnout and, you know, the modding, right? The modding feels like an obligation to people a lot of times, right? And it shouldn't. And everyone always says, you're not obligated to be here. Like, don't, but, like, always on the second monitor, I have one of you up. You know, it's someone I mod for, in case something happens, right? And then if I'm just tabbing someone for, you know, counting as a viewer, great, separate window behind my gameplay, you know, whatever. But, like, as we all grow, we're all going to have different mod teams. We're going to have different people that are more engaged with the community, especially because I stream at the same time as a lot of you guys, right? Hello, Lumi. So, it's one of those things where I do want to cut back and be just a viewer a lot of the time, right? When I'm valid, I'm just doing story time right now. And, you know, talking to people and having those conversations about, like, hey, like, maybe you don't need me as a mod anymore, like, it is, I think, the way to go, right? And especially with Lucy, where, like, she's got you and Dan and Lion and Butters and, like, very more active, involved mods. That felt like a good place to step back, right? Especially because, like, you know, Lucy and I had a conversation about how my behavior is not great some days. And if my behavior isn't great, I'm not the example that we want to have for the community. So maybe it's best if I step back as a mod, right? And that's okay too, right? Sometimes taking a step back is better to help preserve your friendship with someone than trying to force something, right? You know, I want to play games with you all. But the fact of the matter at the end of the day is there's games that I don't want to play. And there's games that you guys don't want to play, right? Not all the time are we going to find something that we can agree on. Something that does stress me out in the streaming space, I guess, not related even, is how people will see me in their chat and call me out for not wanting to play a game with them. You know, like, I popped by someone's chat and they were playing Peak, and I was like, oh, I was asking a question about, like, cooking the items or whatever, right? And it can be, right? Like, I don't do well with big group, right? I prefer 4 to 6 player games at most, right? And I was asking a question about Peak because I clearly haven't played it, right? People warned me that I wouldn't enjoy it. People warned me that I would probably not enjoy it and I'd probably be annoyed, right? So I was like, all right, I'm just not going to buy this then, right? And exactly, like, I still want to come in and ask a question about the game and, you know, enjoy you guys playing it or whatever. No, but it's also a game I never intended to buy, right? But, like, you know, so anyways, I'm asking a question, and someone's like, and the streamer, instead of answering my damn question, goes, well, if you would just play it with us, you'd know. And I was like, I've expressed to you that I don't want to buy this game, like, why are you trying to call me out in front of your chat and trying to bully me into playing this? That person got themselves unfollowed. But, like, it happens, like, more than I would like to admit, that people will call me out for not wanting to play X or Y with them. But also, they never asked. Here's a hint. Thursday evenings, Friday evenings are variety days. I will play whatever with you guys if you want to play it on a Thursday or Friday. It is in the schedule variety day. Well, I guess every second Thursday is Factorio with Dr. Buttercar. But, like, you know, there is time in the schedule to play stuff with people, but they never ask. And scheduling can be a nightmare, right? Sometimes Thursday, Friday is, you know, Levy does whatever on Friday, right? Let's pretend Levy does Kingdom Hearts on Friday and takes Thursdays off stream, right? I'm using Levy as an example because Levy and I did play Monster Hunter together for a while on Thursdays. Levy wouldn't stream, which was fine. But, you know, I said, this is a variety day. If you want to play it, we can, right? But Levy wasn't available for Friday because the schedule for Levy was that we do whatever on Friday. Everything works out great because we found a time that worked, you know? But if people don't express an interest to play X or Y, how am I supposed to know that you even would like to play it with me? That being said, what did grind my gears for a while was how everyone would call out that I don't enjoy Marvel Rivals. You know, like, I expressed why I wasn't enjoying Marvel Rivals. You know, and there's a logical reason. As in, I prefer roll queue. Because balancing is hard without roll queue. That's not saying I won't play Marvel Rivals if you guys ask. It's I don't want to play it for 6 hours, and I'm not going to volunteer to play it. You know, it's just like Fortnite with Levy last week. I saw that her and Art and Chippy were playing. I was like, can I pop in for a few rounds? I don't hate Fortnite. I hate cars and swords in Fortnite. You know, so of the choices, right? Like, I don't explicitly hate playing Fortnite. I would probably hate it if we played builds. I would not be able to build something to save my life in real time. But, you know, that's the thing. Even if I don't love a game, right, I probably don't explicitly hate it either, and I'll play it as an excuse to hang out with you guys. But if you guys warn me, right, like, swords, people being able to, like, warp across the map to get to you, like, what is that shit? Or people that are, like, so good at Fortnite that they can jump out of a moving car and snipe you and then close the distance to get a finishing kill with a sword, and you're like, there was a car? There was a car involved in this fight? But that's the thing, Levy. My frustration with some people being that they'll try and call me out for not playing with them, but they didn't invite me. You know, like, how am I to know that you want to play if you didn't ask? You know, like, Lucy and I are trying to find time to do something, right? But with my schedule being what it is, and her working the schedule that she works, like, you know, it's hard. Right? Like, and that's why whenever I have a holiday, or I'm taking vacation, I give you guys an open window. Hey, from X to Y, I'm not working. Tell me if you want to play something, right? Because then A, you guys get to pick the game. B, if I don't stream, I don't stream, right? Like, great. We're doing something on Monday. I don't stream on Monday. Perfect, you know? Doesn't bother me, right? That being said, you know, if I'm going to play a game that we've been playing on stream, you know, then I'll just do a bonus stream. You know, not a big deal. I mean, I wouldn't say you're the problem, but, like, it's an ongoing pattern, right? Where, and also, Levy, you're not the type of person that's calling me out. Levy, you're not even calling me out for not finishing our Kingdom Hearts challenge or playing Red Dead. And those are both long-term challenges that we're working on. But, you know, it's just one of them things, right? And I'm not going to name names of the people that are in the community that I do have this kind of stressor with. But some of them are friends, right? And I don't I don't know how to help them. You know, it's very much like, I've invited you to play X game with me. You said that you have no interest. Like, I'm not going to keep recommending things if you're going to say no to every recommendation I have, even though you own the game. At a certain point, please, you reach out and recommend a game, and I'll say yes or no. You know? Because every friendship and relationship should be a two-way street, right? And it is with you guys for the most part, right? I'll say something, or I'll DM you, and you guys will get back to me when you have time, right? Not a big deal. But there's these people that I've DM'd. I'm like, hey, do you want to play this? Do you want to play this? Do you want to play this? I've offered, like, multiple options. They're like, no, I have no interest in playing it. And then there's people where I've said, do you want to play this? And they're like, I have no interest in playing it. And then a month later, they're like, I'm excited to play this with so-and-so. And it's like, so, it's not that you don't want to play this. You don't want to play it with me. And I get it, right? I can be a mess, right? You know, I have a certain way I want to play a game. You know, and that's how I play the game, right? You know, and, you know, that's fine, right? And, once again, I would be less offended by that if they weren't calling me out for not playing games with them. Right? It's not a two-way thing at that point. It's you saying that you don't want to play with me, or whatever game with me. You're not providing an alternate option, and then you're complaining that I won't play with you. At what point is that my fault for not playing with you? But, you know, I think, I would say, as a whole, you know, you guys are good about it, right? You know, I would say that, like, 90% of the time, like, people do make an effort, like, you know, hey, do you want to, you know, play Rivals with us, right? We have a spot or whatever, right? You know, if you guys see me in chat, like, people do offer, you know. It's not that I'm excluded or anything. Or if I see our spot, sometimes I'm like, can I pop in for a couple games, right? But, you know, a lot of times it's a couple games because, you know, I do get overstimulated and I need to pop out. And as long as we all acknowledge that everyone is different and has different social batteries and different levels of being, you know, I think that we're going to be okay as a whole, you know? Alright, anyways, we're playing Mass Effect. And I am on the wrong overlay. But we made a chatting overlay today, so that's a thing that we accomplished. Now, where in this dialogue we were, couldn't tell you. Alright, we outie. I don't know what's going on in this dialogue, so I bail. I hardly ever invite people to play with me, I really should. Right, Lumi? And that's the thing. I play a lot of single player stuff because, you know, that's I like RPGs, you know. I was talking to Lion earlier about how I might start a Baldur's Gate run. Would you guys like to see me suffer through honor mode Baldur's Gate? It'll be great.
What?
You're a member of the science teams.
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
Wow.
Think you could translate that into galactic?
It's a genetic thing. Forget it.
You seem less upset about this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Okay, I don't know when we would start it. So, how many origin characters is there in Baldur's Gate? 8? 6?
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Do you know President Huerta of Earth? I did not think so.
Benezia passed through here. You didn't see her?
I saw her. You asked if I knew her. I do not.
Will, Karlak, Gale, Asterion, Shadowheart, Lae'zel. So, can we make a Discord poll with 6 options? Is that a thing we can do? We have ads in 2 minutes. So I guess I yapped for nearly 40 minutes about the nature of my job and
that's all for now.
Streaming.
Then I will return.
Thanks for letting me talk, guys. Okay, maybe during the ad break, I will make a Discord poll, and you guys can vote on which origin character I'll struggle as. Won't that be fun? Chat picks my character. And I swear to Jesus, if you guys pick Gale again... I went to a chat once, right? And I asked them to pick my character, and they picked Gale for me. And I feel like everyone knows how much I hate Gale. And not as the character, because he ate my best magic item when he asked if he could see it. Equipment. No. Nothing. Hello, Dr. Cohen.
What do you want?
Sorry?
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just distracted.
Gale gets respect the fighter. Why?
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
But I could help.
I do, because I might be able to help.
I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. You know Mira, the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
I fixed her.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These 3 were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
Alright, I'm gonna need more information.
Caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature, but there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
Damn Solarians just love to play with bugs.
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
You're right, I can't see that.
There's a reason the Citadel conventions forbid bioweapons, Doctor.
I didn't expect you'd understand. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
Is it dangerous?
Is it right to keep people out?
No, the toxin has a brief period of viability. After that, it breaks down into simple protein chains.
Well,
but he won't listen to me.
Ads. Womp womp. You guys have been ads for a minute and a half. Alright, anyways. Polls. Create poll. Add. Okay, so Gale, Astarion, Karlak, Will, Lae'zel, Shadowheart. Okay. You guys have, I don't know. I don't think we're doing this anytime soon. I'm gonna give you guys 2 weeks to vote. So there is a poll there. For honor mode, BG3 as an origin character. Welcome back from ads, guys. Sorry about that, guys. So where you've been talking to this, this doctor about how they're creating a targeted bioweapon that is non-infectious. And we have to go deal with that. I don't like having to cast the armor spells. I mean, I guess. I guess my strategy is if they can't hit them, it becomes irrelevant. I mean, second level, you get your weapon skill, right? Great Weapon Master, or Dual Wielder, whatever. I guess the only argument to be made for Paladin over Fighter, for someone like Gale or Shadowheart, would be you can use your spell slots for Smite, right?
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
All right.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
Goodbye, Dr. Cohen. Enemies to lovers.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
I am here to help.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively, I am concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days, or now, with forced cheer. I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventrellis.
I mean, hear me out though. Lae'zel and Shadowheart didn't know each other before the events of the game, right? Whereas, you know, Will and Karlach have backstory that extends before the start of the game. So there is that to keep in mind too, right? For what it's worth. Bye. Look at all these items that we have. Look at these level 1 items we have. Now, I know that the stuff that we're selling ain't shit. Contains upgrades. Alright, so we are going to clear out our inventory here. You know what? Okay, so that's new. 183, so that's better than Tally's shotgun. Garbage. Better than mine. Worse. More shields though. Worse. Okay. So that gives us some credits to work with. Heroes on their mission to steal everything from the guests, who also appropriated all the goods.
It's pleasant to see you well.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventrellis.
I mean, sure, but you know, like, they get over it pretty fast in game for whatever their reasons are. Whereas, you know, it's stated that, like, Will was hunting Karlach for years. I can't wear heavy armor. That's worse. I don't want most of this gear is what I'm seeing. Like, this is theoretically better. Okay, way more shields, 8 less damage reduction, that's fine. So at that point, if we already have all those shields, right, we just give you straight up 100 more shields on it. Okay, and one of the assault rifles is theoretically better, so we take that.
Relieved. It's pleasant to see you well.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventralis.
.210, 5.4. So they can fire a lot more shots. It is far less accurate though. Alright, map. Alright, back to Captain Ventralis.
Something you need?
I want to dock.
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but we can't risk contamination now.
How long was Will hunting Karlach for? Will's hunt for Karlach is very short, beginning when the player first encounters them, ending relatively quickly with the player's intervention, or the revelation of the truth of his patron Mizora. Will was tasked with killing Karlach, but not pursue her for a long duration before the player intervenes. You are correct. You know, I always thought, like, he had been hunting Karlach from before they both got abducted. You know, so, like, Mizora's got Will hunting Karlach. Karlach is doing demon things. And, like, you know, as demons and devils do, they're both vying for power, right? So, I always thought of it more of a, like, Mizora had Will hunting Karlach, but they also didn't know where Karlach was kind of deal. So it was more of a, hey, when you see her, get her, you know?
We're not part of your defense plans. We're consuming extra rations, extra metagel.
Yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Those are reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
Time to run back and forth. Well, Jane Shepard is getting her cardio in, so at least there's that. Hello, merchant. Who had one item I wanted. Map? Where am I actually going? Not that way. Down here? The Mizora had him hunt her because they want to get rid of the evidence they were making the robot cards. Maybe. Mira. I don't know, I always took it as part of a longer play, you know? Because demons and devils are definitely the type to play the long game. Hello?
Warning. Watchdog protocol is active.
Goodbye. I would love to fight the robots. Alright, let's get it. You know, didn't they just say I could come back here and that they radio ahead and tell them that I was coming? Or did I go to the wrong place? Those are both options here. Yeah. They are angry, though. You are correct. I'm sure Captain Ventralis would be thrilled. Hey, Captain Ventralis, your guards. Not so much guarding anymore. I have no grenades. Mistakes were made. Gentlemen. Alright, so we made it to an elevator, which is likely not where I'm supposed to be. But we're gonna find out where we're going, because I am lost. Upgrade kit. What is a proton round? Equipment. What for is a proton round? Shield bypass. I want shield bypass. Okay, proton rounds it is. 50% shield bypass. That's pretty good. Right up until they don't have shields, mind you. Worse. What's over here? Alright, well, we found Matriarch Benezia. So, I guess we skipped the entirety of everything we were supposed to do down here by taking that... By fighting the guards, we, skipped the entire thing. So, good for us. Victory. Could I scoot through here? No. I didn't want to do this anyway. But, you know, for whatever reason, it just lets you retry immediately. It's like Fallout lockpicking, you know? Victory. Alright, so there is an enemy on the other side of this door. One singular arachnide. Hey, our journal's updated. Make it here. You entered an unguarded back door in the sealed areas of Rift Station. The guards are not alerted to your presence. You've broken into the sealed areas of Rift Station. The station is alert. The guards were shooting to kill. Well, I'm glad that I met both conditions. 10 out of 10, game. Okay, so where does this yeet me out? I am sufficiently lost at this point. Scientist barracks. Okay, maybe I'm vastly misunderstanding what the game wanted me to do. So, guards. Get out of here, guard. Okay, so this is... Oh, I know where this is. Well. Quarantine lab is locked down. I guess we're not doing that quest. Okay, so I went to the wrong place, because I was supposed to go this way, I guess. And I went that way. Huh. Well, we're gonna live with it. I guess we're not making a cure for whatever it is that we're doing. Doot, doot, doot. Alright, so we have 1 grenade. 1 grenade in a dream, but we do have 7 metagel. Alright, and we're back. Hello, Matriarch Benezia. We come to barter.
You do not know the privilege of being a mother. There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
Surrender.
You don't have to fight. You can return to the Citadel with us.
I think not.
Well then, war were declared. I'm already losing the fight. Wow, the shield bypass, very strong. Covered. Good job, teammates. Oh. Robots. Is that Mariana Asterios who played Deanna Troi on Star Trek? I don't know. Like as a voice actor? Levy would be better to ask about voice actors than I would be. I could tell you not a thing. I know nothing, Jon Snow. There's the robots. Woo. Kia! Kia! Oh, more robots. Are they behind me? Kia! A sniper? Kia! Just me meleeing everyone. Are you well, sir? Boop. Hello, guest trooper. I wish to melee you. Get out of here. Actually, she plays Benezia. I would recognize her voice anywhere.
Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
The Rachni seem to disagree.
The Rachni didn't cooperate with you. Why should I?
I will not betray him. You will. You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
You might attack
so you
again?
could turn on me again.
Yes, but it would not be my will, Shepard. People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
It attacked Eden
The
Prime.
ship that attacked Eden Prime? I didn't think anything that size could land on a planet.
It has a very powerful Mass Effect drive, but that is not Sovereign's true power. The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is subtle at first. I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
How do you lose a relay?
How does something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay. It is difficult to find any cold object in interstellar space, particularly something swathed in hot dust and radiation.
So, they don't build them like they used to. If something that got built can survive a supernova, of all things.
Someone on Noveria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the knowledge of their mothers. I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
How did the Rachni find it?
They searched, patiently. They are territorial creatures, driven to close any possible way into their systems.
Why does Saren need the Mu relay?
He believes it will lead him to the conduit. I would tell you more if I could, but Saren did not share his counsel with me. I was merely a servant to his cause.
You can still make it right. Give me the information.
I was not myself, but I should have been stronger. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Knowing the relay's coordinates isn't enough. We need to know where to go from there.
Saren wouldn't tell me his destination. But you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived.
Uh-oh.
You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should. Die.
Well, she's evil again. Sabotage. Carnage. Warp. Get her, gang. Oh, we shot her in the kneecap.
I cannot go on. You will have to stop him, Shepard.
Hold on. We've got Metagel. Maybe we can...
No. He is still in my mind. I am not entirely myself. I never will be again. No light. They always said there would be a...
I, for one, like the emergency medical hologram in Voyager. But I would say, most Star Wars actors are pretty good. Or, sorry, Star Trek actors are pretty good. Hello? You weren't there like 2 seconds ago. The game lies. Zombie.
This one serves as our voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
I don't understand.
Musics? What?
Your way of communicating is strange. Flat. It does not color the air. When we speak, one moves all.
This is going to be a fun conversation.
We are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
Alright. Are you controlling me?
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have no names for. But she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. And their suffering, they cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
What's wrong with them?
I don't understand. Why are your children killing people?
These needlemen, they stole our eggs from us. They sought to turn our children into beasts of war, claws with no songs of their own. Our elders are comfortable with silence. Children know only fear if no one sings to them. Fear has shattered their minds.
Makes sense. A baby left alone in a closet until she's 16 won't be sane.
Okay. If you're certain.
If you're sure they can't be saved.
It is lamentable, but necessary. Do what you must. Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
There are acid tanks rigged up on that thing. Set them off. Millions of my ancestors died to put these things down. Don't let them come back.
She's the last of her race, Shepard. We don't have the objectivity to judge her.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
Alright, and of course my two companions are on opposite sides of this. Sergeant of the Next Generation has some of the best. Sir Patrick Stewart, Brent Spinner, Mariana, Jonathan Frakes, LeVar Burton, to name a few. We love LeVar Burton. So, I guess the question being, do we want to be the problem here? You know what? I'm gonna bring a race back from extinction. I am the hero.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
Are you stupid? Your people didn't fight these bastards, so maybe you don't get it.
Yeah, but I also won't commit genocide.
Are we any better if we kill them all?
Do what you want. My people will clean up this mess later, just like we did for the Solarians.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
Great. Bugs are writing songs about you. Mark my words, you'll regret this.
Rex, how's the genophage coming along for us? Because I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't think you're thrilled that we tried to make your species extinct. Krogan, just kind of bitter. $24 Paragon points. So how are we doing on that? Squad. We're about halfway through the Paragon track. We're getting there. Left. Assault rifles. Electronics. Okay, so, now what's the game want me to do? You've dealt with the Matriarch, but there's still the issue of Rachni down in the hot labs. Okay, so map. Quarantine lab. Restricted area. Tram. Science station. So, if I go this way, this takes me back to the tram. Right? Am I lost again? Or is this just a dead end? Nope. Okay. So... this is where we came in. Okay. Return to Normandy. That's not where I want to be. So was this door locked when we came in? Is that my issue? So, there's enemies through this door. 3 of them, apparently. To hot labs, to elevators. Alright, to the hot labs. And we're on our way. But how's everyone's Monday come along? Are we all set for the week? Are we as set as we're going to be in any case? Hello, Yaroslav Tartovsky. Why are you just vibing here, sir? There's not a lot going on out there. Alright, Yaroslav, what do we got?
Are you here to secure the situation?
Are you alright?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
The egg was ancient.
A 1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries. This is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Rachni, mass produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Yeah, no, we already know all this. We already freed the queen.
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying the genetic code of their fathers. Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone. Queens can lay eggs in hours and have a colony in days. This is how they spread so quickly.
Okay, but the Rachni aren't obedient.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
Okay. We're running out of
Just
time.
fascinating, but we don't have time to chat.
These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
Okay.
Just wait here.
Sure. I wait here. I am not so much good for searching now, yes? Mother always say I would meet a bad end.
Okay. Alright, and we're zooming. So what do we got here? Mirror terminal. Well, that's easy.
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
Neutron purge.
I need information on the neutron purge.
The neutron purge is a fail-safe system installed within the isolation tube area. In the event of irretrievable containment loss, it is used to resolve the situation.
Resolve sounds kind of final.
What exactly does this thing do?
The purge is a neutron burst weapon. 2 volumes of fissionable materials are brought together to form a critical mass. Most of the energy is released in the form of high-speed neutrons. This radiation is instantly lethal to any known form of life within 500 meters.
Nah, just a pleasant afternoon in the sun for a Krogan.
The purge is lethal to all known forms of...
Shut up. Last thing I need is some virtual wench questioning my fitness.
How many
Rachni are in here?
I'm sorry, the sensor network is too damaged to provide an accurate count.
Estimate.
Give me your best guess.
Guessing is beyond my design parameters, Commander.
Okay.
Are there any survivors in here?
Lady Benezia, an executive secretary of Binary Helix, is on the operations deck.
No, she isn't.
There are no other living crew members within the lab structure.
Okay.
What's the status of the facility?
Containment breach in Laboratory Pod Gamma. The neutron purge system is functional, but has not been armed.
Alright, I guess we're blowing
Activate
it up.
the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Mumble something.
6 Emperor Tyrann 3.
That is not the correct code. Please report to security for arrest and interrogation.
Yeah, there's no security guards anymore.
Who would have those codes?
Director of Operations Yaroslav Tartakovsky, or any executive officer of Binary Helix.
Alright, I'll be back,
We're moving
Mira.
on.
Logging
He's
you
literally
out.
sitting right out here. Hey, buddy, I need your code. I didn't think to ask for it like when I was just here.
I'm feeling not so well.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Mira the
Well, I didn't want you to destruct code anyways. Also, how do we not notice him get in here? Well. Rip. Ad break. That was reasonably well timed. I don't know how to feel about that in any case, but it is something. But yeah, so, could have asked for the code at any point, I guess. And here we are, not asking for the code, and the poor guy didn't make it, guys. And I don't know how I feel about that. I also realized that when I redid the schedule for this week, I wrote the wrong thing. So there is that problem too. But it's fine, I fixed it. We have the technology. Ugh. Stretch. You ever have one of those days where, like, you crack your knuckles and... Well, James, just fixing things instead of buying new. Hey, we have the technology, Micro. I'm just too cheap. Let's be honest, guys. 99% of the time, I will fix things because I just don't feel like buying new things because I'm cheap. But, you know, because of that mindset that was instilled on me growing up, I own my condo. So, you know, I make jokes about I don't want to buy X or Y because whatever. But I'm also not paying a mortgage and I'm not 40 yet, so clearly the system works. Right? But you know, like, people have recommended that I get Stream Deck or whatever, right? But I'm also like, I'm leery of it because I don't know how much I would actually utilize it. You know? And the fact that I just bought a $3,000 computer probably doesn't help my apprehension with that. But I had apprehension about buying a Stream Deck before I bought the computer. But, you know, people are probably right. If I had it, I would use it. It's just that, you know? How's your Monday come along, Micro? It's what, 7 p.m. over there. Are you done work for the day? Sadly, I still gotta go to work after this. Purge code. Journal. Hot labs. Acquired codes. You have the codes you need to activate the neutron purge. Nope, that's the exit. Yes, just at dinner and doing some admin. Have you considered having a second dinner instead of doing your admin? Because I recommend second dinner.
Online. How can I help you?
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Code input 875020079. Code Omega local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
You know, I'm trying to fill my water and I hear a whole bunch of Arachnai behind me. I'm pausing the game. Sorry, I got distracted. I also decided to fill my fruit fly trap while I was there. I'm so full I could roll. Would call a pause game. Yeah, probably. I don't want to get eaten by bugs while I'm not here. Yeah, I have a fruit fly trap in my sink, so I figured that I should probably put some apple cider vinegar in it while I was... It's a lot of bugs. Oh, and we're on a clock to escape. Well then, everything's horrible. Apparently not. Everything was horrible as soon as we turned around. 2 minutes. It is a lot of Arachnai. All right, so we might be here a while, guys. This is not great for us. Okay, nope, that's not what I wanted. Just real quick, Arachnai don't have shields, right? So the proton rounds ain't do anything for us. Now, they are organics. I see you. Throw. Get him! Don't let him melee me. Okay, that's everyone. Look at all those enemies out there. Estimate like 100. Alright, rerun it. We have 53 seconds. I mean, it only took us like, what, 4 attempts? It could have been far worse. And, you know, I guess the neutron purge doesn't obliterate the entire facility for whatever reason, so there is that as well. We'll take damage resistance. Rex gets more shotguns. And look, we have maxed out electronics. And we'll max out decryption next level, so we will be able to open any door we encounter. Which is excellent for us. So does this lead me back to the beginning? Okay, so that's the lab. So, Lord Quinn. Death of a Matriarch, mission complete. We don't have any side quests here. Okay, I think we're done. To the Normandy. And freedom. Well, map. Scientist barracks, secure lab. Hot labs, science station. So, if I go back to the science station, can I talk to the captain and tell him that we're done here? Or is this locked? So we can't go back? Alright. I guess the captain is just locked in. But there's no Arachnite to eat them, so they'll sort that out. Of course it's locked. I thought I could report back to a mission complete, and that I had to kill all his men because I went through the wrong door, but, you know. Be that as it may. Not my problem. Hello, Captains Ventralis. I killed all your men. Sorry. And he'll be like, why'd you do that? And I'll be like, they were in my way. What do you mean, why would I do that?
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu Relay?
The Mu Relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The Commander's right. We can't rush off blind. We need more to go on.
What about Liara Tassoni? The Matriarch's daughter. Isn't she some kind of expert on the Protheans?
Yeah, right. Her mother was working for Saren. I bet she is too.
Benezia helped us in the end. Maybe Liara will too. At the very least, we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster to find her.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Look, this is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Alright, let's see what the Council has to say.
Patch you through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then released the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
They won't.
This Queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. My children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
Well, that was less hostile than most of my conversations with them go. I'll take it. All right.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel.
Top priority clearance.
I was literally just talking to them.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
You know, I was just there talking to them. What for did they need me to walk all the way back here again?
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
Infiltration
You mean
units?
spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
Alright, sounds serious.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
Alright.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
You know, for people that don't want to be involved, they keep mentioning Vermeer. So... And I know that this is going to be a strange choice. But how far can I get through the game without recruiting Liara? You know, like... Is that a thing that I'm going to do? Because it certainly is a option. Vermeer. Just one system here. Okay, travel to system. Doot, doot, doot.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication.
Who are you and what do you want?
If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
But I'm already all the way over here. Namada is a terrestrial planet with a thick, hazy atmosphere of ammonia, methane, and a cocktail of other hydrocarbon gases. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of nickel with deposits of iron. With a density of 1.4 times that of Earth, it is obvious that Nemedia is rich with heavier elements. Mining could be extremely profitable, though the lethal heat and high gravity would make initial development costly. Given the political instability of the nearby terminus system, investment is unlikely. The massive light-speed travel stations are so sick. Yeah, because they're just giant railguns for your spaceship, right? The orbital period, 3.5 years. The radius is 7,318 kilometers. The day length is 70.4 Earth hours. The atmospheric pressure is 1.6 Earth atmospheres, and surface temperature is 168 degrees Celsius, with a gravity of 1.4. Jaffor is a close-orbiting hot Jupiter hydrogen-helium gas giant with clouds of airborne silicate and deep layers of sodium. In composition, it is extraordinarily similar to 51 Pegasi planet Bellerophon, one of the first extrasolar planets discovered by humanity in the late 20th century. Despite its great size, Jaffor is actually rather low mass. The incredible heat of the star, Hawk, has created its atmosphere to expand. In fact, Jaffor is so low mass, it is tidally locked at Hawk. The temperature difference between the sunward hot pole and the dark side cold pole creates constant hurricane-force winds. That's kind of neat. Orbital period, 1.3 Earth years. The radius, 63,169 kilometers. And the day length is 1.3 Earth years. Because, you know, it is tidally locked, so that makes sense. Chloroform is a relatively small hydrogen helium gas giant with a haze of methane in the upper atmosphere. The orbital period is 47.8 Earth years. The radius is 32,191 kilometers. Its day length is 13.4 Earth hours. Triskilia is a terrestrial world so small it cannot retain even a trace atmosphere. The surface is frozen and composed of magnesium silicates with carbonaceous deposits. In the recent past, a pirate band from the Terminus systems carved a message into the surface using ship-based laser weapons. In 900-meter-wide Batarian syllabic, the message proclaims the military prowess and virality of one Captain Zaish. A smaller postscript alludes to the questionable parentage of all humans. The orbital period is 108.7 Earth years. The radius is 2,075 kilometers. Its day length is 24.9 Earth hours. The atmospheric pressure is 0 atmospheres, and its surface temperature is minus 158 Celsius, with a gravity of 0.1. Back to Vermeer. Vermeer is a lush frontier world, ideal for colonization by carbon-based species. Its vast seas and orbital position on the inner life zone have created a wide equatorial band of humid tropical terrain. Unfortunately, the political instability of the nearby Terminus systems has impeded colonization efforts. The islands were raised by pirates and slavers makes it an unappealing homestead. 9.2 Earth years, 6,448 kilometers, 22.23 Earth days for its length, 0.9 atmospheres, 32 Celsius, and a gravity of 0.86. That's not bad. A bit hotter than I would personally like, but it's not bad. Now, my recollection is that Vermeer is a bit longer of a planet. So we'll go see what the Diplomat and the Citadel wants. And we'll play some side quest simulator today. And then we'll do Novaria in one shot. One of these days. I guess in 2 weeks, because next week I will be away. And it would be a payday week. So yeah, we're gonna miss 2 payday weeks in a row, which is unfortunate. Yeah, and it's been a while since I've played through Mass Effect, Micro. And I played them as they came out. I've never done them all in one shot, right? So, I want to say like a month ago, we finished a playthrough. But it took me like 6 months to actually get through it because we didn't have a time slot for Mass Effect. So, at that point, I elected to do another playthrough on alternating Mondays. Just not forget what we were doing.
With exterior atmosphere.
Never finished them.
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley.
No time like the present, Micro. Hello, Rear Admiral. What can I do for you?
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Salute.
Commander Shepard, SSV Normandy.
You don't know who I am, do you, Commander? I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
Think of it as an opportunity.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
She's not over-designed.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
No, she is a Council warship.
Normandy is an Alliance warship, but she's on loan to the Citadel. That means she's not in your chain of command.
I believe there's something wrong with my ears. Did you just contradict me?
I'm afraid
Normandy is not legally part of the Alliance military. I can't allow you aboard without permission from the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
Sophistry. You're talking like the Council, using the law to obstruct the Alliance. Have it your way, Commander, but expect me to file a report on this.
You go right ahead, buddy. He is rude.
So tell me, who'd win in a fight between you and Shepard?
Do Krogan size up everyone for a fight, even friends and allies?
Yes.
Well, that was something.
Commander Shepard, sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Gerard down in the docking bay. There is a woman here. She was rescued from Batarian slavers a few weeks ago. She is from Mindoir. I guess she was taken in the raid on your town.
When my parents died.
You mean she was taken in the raid that killed my parents?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. She got free somehow, grabbed a gun from one of my guys. Now she's holed up here in the docking bay. She says she wants to die. I hoped you'd talk to her. It's a long shot, but you went through the same thing. The raid. I figured maybe you could talk her out of her tree.
I'll help.
I'm on my way, Lieutenant. Sit tight.
You know, everyone wants me to run back and forth across the damn station.
I don't want to. She's been through enough. I'll have my men stand by for you.
We're doing good. Okay, so back to the docking bay.
After years of poor economic performance, ExoGeni has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for ExoGeni. ExoGeni's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
We spinning. Alright, back to the docking bay. Hello, Lieutenant Gerard.
Commander, glad to see you.
I had to help.
I wish it were under better circumstances.
She's behind the crates. You saw her.
Behind those shipping containers. I've got a sniper position, but I don't think we'll need him. She's only a danger to herself. We've got a sedative to calm her down, but we can't get close to her. Every step we take gets her more wound up.
You seem awfully worried about her.
I'm just doing my job, Commander.
Alright, I'll take care
I hope I don't need it. Tell your men to stand by.
Don't push her too hard. If she seems liable to pull the trigger, back off or walk away. I am willing to wait her out.
See,
good luck, Commander.
Gerard gets it. Gerard is a reasonable guy. Like, Gerard does not want to end this quickly. He's willing to wait, right? Hello, Talitha.
Stop! What are you?
My name is Shepard. Lieutenant Gerard sent me to talk to you. What's your name?
Animals don't get names. The Masters put their symbols on her. Hot metal all over her back. She screams when they do it.
What is she going to do with that small gun? Shoot me in my stupid face because I didn't put my helmet on. That's what's going to happen.
You're not an animal. Your parents, what did they call you? Do you remember them?
She remembers a lot of things. Talitha. They call her that. She doesn't remember the rest. Leave her alone.
What's the last thing you remember from Mindoir?
Fires. Smells of smoke and burning meat. Animals screaming as the Masters cage them. As they put the metal to their backs. Put the wires in their brains. She pretends to be dead. If she's dead, she can't work. But they know. She hopes to leave. But they put her in the pen. She didn't fight. She was already broken when they put the wires in.
It's not your fault.
Talitha, you were what, 6 years old? No one blames you for staying quiet and hoping they'd go away. The only person blaming you is you.
She wants to believe that. She wants to believe nothing would change. She doesn't want to be there anymore. In the pen, in the cages, lying quiet while they do things to her.
Congratulations on third, Mountie. Mountie, if you think that this is messed up, you probably should not play the rest of the Mass Effect games, because it goes downhill from here. Thanks for paying your taxes, Levy.
How did you get here? Did you escape?
She can't escape. They have chains, wires, needles. You go too far, they take your brains away. Animals like her come. Animals with guns. They make the Masters explode. She tries to fix the Masters so they won't be mad at her. She puts all the reds and purples back in, but they don't move. The other animals take her.
Stockholm Syndrome.
You were afraid. All you'd known for 13 years was the Master's abuse, so you tried to heal them.
She doesn't want to see other animals. They're not real. They can't be real. They can't see her. If the animals can see her, then this is real. But it can't be. The wires, the chains, the hitting. This doesn't happen to her. It's another girl. A dirty girl. Stupid girl. She deserves it. It happens to her. Doesn't it? They see her, so it's real. She doesn't want it to be real.
I was on Mindwar. My parents died in the raid.
Lying. You get hit for lying. Get the buzz or the burning. Can't be there. Why are you alive? Why are you? Why aren't you like her? Broken. Only fit to dig and carry.
It was hard.
For a while I was broken. I lost my whole family, Talitha. My friends, my childhood. I had to pull myself up and keep going.
You lose your mommy and daddy, but you don't dig, you don't carry. You stand up. She wishes she could stand up.
What happened to your parents?
She sees them. They're yelling, "Run! Hide!" They hit the Masters. But the Masters, they have lights and hoses. Daddy's... he's melting! Shh! She doesn't want to see that! Don't make her look! Don't look! Stupid, stupid!
I know it hurts, Talitha. I'm sorry. But you need to deal with this. What happened to them? Think.
When she thinks, water comes out of her eyes. The Masters beat her when she wastes water. So she doesn't think anymore. She sees them. Mommy and Daddy. Burning in white light, melting, going to pieces. They can't even say anything to her. They're dead, Shepard. They try to save her and the Masters burn them. Can she stop remembering now, please?
I'm gonna take a step towards you now, okay?
No, she's no good! Don't want to be handled again!
I'm gonna take a step towards you now, okay?
She doesn't want... Don't touch her!
I'm going to leave now.
Will you let her die? Please, let her.
Hello, Gerard.
What's the situation, Commander?
No progress yet. I'm taking a break. Maybe she'll calm down a little.
All right. Glad you're not rushing it.
Okay, your assistant has nothing to say, so...
Stay away from her.
Okay, the raid escaped my childhood. Yeah, so we got
I'm
nothing
gonna take
here.
a step towards you now, okay?
touch her. She's dirty. You'll catch it.
Give her the sedative.
Talitha, this will make you sleep. If you fall asleep, they'll take you to a place where you can get better.
Will she have bad dreams?
No dreams.
This is powerful stuff. You won't dream at all.
She'd like that. It hurts when I remember me. But she wants to remember.
Oh. Did we catch her? No. You know, we were right there. It was within our means to catch her. She did not have to hit the ground like that.
Is it over, Commander?
She took the sedative. She wants to get better, Lieutenant.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot. I didn't want to hurt her. It's just, when I see her curled into a ball and shivering. She was only 6 when they took her. Why the hell are we out here if we can't even keep one little girl safe?
Bad things happen to good people, Lieutenant. That's why you and I are here. Don't wring your hands over her. Help her.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for your help, Commander. We are taking her to a counseling center. They'll help her get better.
Look at that. We did a thing. You were able to calm Talitha down and convince her to take a sedative. She was brought to a place where she will be cared for. And that is a unique encounter based on the stories that we picked at the beginning of the maker character.
Investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Look at this guy. Look at this face. We love Rex.
Commander Shepard?
Hello?
Khaleesa been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
Sure.
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
I'm honored.
Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you?
Yep.
You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Turian's helped build it.
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
The crew is entirely
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. Speaking of your new job, did the Council order you to sabotage human research concern on Noveria?
There was
the Council had nothing to do with it. There was an accident at Binary Helix Labs. In the interest of protecting the company's confidentiality, I can't say more.
That's a surprising revelation, Commander. We've had nothing but stonewalling from Binary Helix. Given your recent experiences, do you think humanity will ever get the respect it deserves from the galactic community?
Well, yes. Binary Helix is stonewalling because they don't want to admit that they're trying to resurrect the Rachni. Or they attempted to and succeeded, actually.
Respect's a funny thing. People always assume they deserve it. The truth is, respect is earned. And I firmly believe we can earn it.
You're an idealist, Commander, but a sincere one. I hope you're right. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Micro, thanks for subbing. Enjoy another 30 days of ad-free viewing and your squirrel emotes. I know that the mascots are technically chipmunks, because the stripes and the coloration, right? But chipmunks are a subspecies of squirrel, so it's a lot easier for people to understand sometimes. But let me write you down for the old subboard. Microchip. And that would be 2 months. And every month, I am supposed to post the subboard to the Discord, and you can track your little sub badge and what order everyone subbed in the month. I have lost chat because I was using the same browser window. I hate ads with a passion. I mean, valid. So Micro, my advice to people is if you don't want ads and you want to support all your streamer friends, get Turbo instead. Turbo is the same price as 2.5 subs, but it'll give you ad-free across every channel, and everyone will still get the ad revenue that they would have gotten for you. You know, so like, mathematically, it's better for you guys to get Turbo than to sub to me. You know? For value-wise, right? If you want the emotes or whatever, yeah, by all means. But, you know, like, my solemn belief is that, you know, financially, you know, it's better for you guys to have Turbo. You know? I do appreciate the support. That's not anything against that. But, you know, I know that people talk about, like, hey, like, you know, side gigs with, like, DoorDash and stuff, and how everything is so expensive in the world. That is true, but I love me some emotes. I get Turbo every December because I watch so much Twitch then. Is your job just super dead in December? Because that's valid, right? What I actually do is I often line up for my subs to expire in like late August or early September. Then I wait a few days and then I resub in September. Just for the discounted subs. Now we do have ads in like now or a minute or whatever. So I'm going to put you guys on the BRB screen while I use the washroom. Bam. No, I broke it. Shabam. And we back. And like, you know, it'd be easy to put us on that screen specifically for ads if I was good at pausing the game during ads. But I'm bad about it because like a lot of the cozy games, you guys aren't gonna miss anything during ads. So I'm happy to run around foraging or whatever, right? But for stuff like this where we're doing dialogue, I try my hardest. I missed one earlier. Dovey had to tell me. But you know. The council protected him.
And for a long time, the council sat on their hands with regard to Saren. Have to wonder where their thumbs were.
Strong words. It's a good time for strong words. Good luck in your mission. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
Free experience points. We love free experience points. Here's the
Binary
Presidium.
Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud. The Krogan group had contracted Binary Helix to perform studies with a long-range goal of curing their genetic sterilization. The group later sued for a return of investment money when the study produced no viable results.
Oh, right above me. I was like, where's the quest NPC I need? Alright, we zoom in. No, Avina.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
Okay, is this... Yeah, embassy receptionist. Okay. So... If I was me... Oh, there we are. 2 quests. We are in the right place, guys. I am not lost this time. Hello, Bosker.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the Diplomatic Corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
I'm here for Samesh.
Yes. A man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of damage seen before. So you're running tests.
You think that her body might be dangerous or contaminated?
No, Commander. Nirali Bhatia is not dangerous. Her body is in fact extremely valuable to the Alliance. The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
Okay. I understand this. But, like, has Samesh been told this?
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body is wrong.
Commander, you of all people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
Not this far.
You've read my file. You know how far I'm willing to go, and I am telling you to release the body.
All right, Commander. You win. It was hard enough refusing Mr. Bhatia. I'm not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
See, like, Bosker, if that was the case, why did you not just tell him why you were holding the body? It's important. Right? Just give us the body, okay? But, like, just hear me out on this one. If there was something to learn from it, why was Samesh not given that information to make an educated decision, right? So let's pretend. Let's pretend that I die to some kind of laser-based weapon or whatever, right? And you guys are in charge of making the decision what goes on with my body. And you go to whoever is holding my body, the morgue. And they go, we won't give it to you. And they just stop at that in Stonewall. Of course, you're going to be understandably upset and frustrated with what's going on. Now, if they go, hey, James died due to some alien attack, and we've never seen this kind of wound, and we don't know how to defend against it. We would like to study the body. at least you're given an answer and some closure as to why you don't get my body to perform a service, right? And like, that being said, you know, there is the entirety of like, well, you know, if all the wounds are on the torso, you know, can we have the rest to cremate at least or something, right? Like, can we come to a compromise even? It's not just a hard no.
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I see you got my message.
It sounded like you needed some help.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on the cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
I'm sorry for your loss.
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it. Dahlia is alive. The rest of the crew was killed, but she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Okay, so why was she
Why
spared?
didn't the raiders kill Dahlia along with everyone else?
My sister probably told them who she was. My family's very wealthy, Shepard. They must have realized she was worth more to them alive.
Okay.
Coming up with the ransom seems like the best way to ensure Dahlia's safety.
That's what I thought. I did what they wanted, transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her. They haven't contacted me since. I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom. Now she's still missing. And if anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
So you need my
You
help.
want me to find her and bring her back?
You only need to bring her back. I've already found her for you. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
I'm not doing this
Keep
for
your
money.
reward. I'll bring your sister back. I promise.
Thank you,
We ain't
Shepard.
do this for money.
I knew you were the right woman for the job. Come back and see me when the job is done.
We ain't do this for money. We do this because we're a hero. I like how they just let me run around with my gun out, though. Hello, Samesh.
Welcome to the Presidium.
Lord.
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
I reminded Mr. Bosker what we're fighting for. Your wife is coming home.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations. It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace. Goodbye, Commander.
Yes, we are also running around an embassy with our gun out. That is correct. But, like, as soon as we aim at someone, at least, like, you know, like, Shepard has the mindfulness to point the gun at the ceiling when we aim at people, right? But, like, it seems weird that the game even presents it as an option. Oh. I found a person that we don't aim away from. Now, yeah, we target her. So, why are sitting people programmed differently than standing people? Yes, murder! I mean, that's not our intent, but that seems to be what's happening here. Do we got any other quests while we're here? Oh, Consort Chambers. Speak with Shiara. Oh, because we talked to the Taurian General while we were here earlier. Look at that Krogan statue, though. But yeah, it's interesting how whenever we aim at someone, we aim away, unless they're sitting. You know, like, even the Keeper over there, right? So why are sitting people programmed differently? Yeah, like, you know, even when we're not directly aiming. Alright, so down this way. Krogan statue. Such a fierce warrior. Okay, we zoom in. I really do enjoy doing the side quests. It sounds more like a bug. I mean, it could be, but if it was a bug, it would only be some of them, right? Whereas it's clearly all sitting people are untargetable by, you know, whatever it is, right? So it feels more intentional because it affects all sitting people. Now, and it might be like how the hitboxes for like the things are placed, right? So like you see how the hitbox for this door panel is, right? They might place the door panels differently on sitting figures. Like the hitbox, it might be a hitbox detection thing, right?
Commander, I recently received a lovely note from Septimus. Thank you for speaking with him. Even the Alcor diplomat has withdrawn his campaign against me.
Which, like, doesn't really sound like a bug. More as it was something that wasn't worth fixing kind of deal, right? Not to help.
It was my honor to aid you.
You are too kind, Commander, but I would not expect you to help me out of the kindness of your heart. I also have one more thing to give you, if you are interested.
Sure.
I'd be honored.
I offer a gift of words, an affirmation of who you are and who you will become. I see the sadness behind your eyes. It tells a story that makes me want to weep. Pain and loss, but it drives you, makes you strong. You never hide your strength either. It serves you well, terrifies your foes. Few will dare to stand against you. This may be who you are, but it is not who you will become. It only forms the basis for your future greatness. Remember these words when doubt descends, Commander.
You have quite a gift, Shaira.
Thank you. Not everyone appreciates it as you do. Never underestimate the power of words. Here, Commander. In light of your efforts with the Alcor ambassador, I would like you to have this small trinket.
A trinket?
What is it?
A small mystery. I have never learned its use or purpose, but I sense it is time for me to pass it on. And now I must ask you to leave. I have done everything I can for you.
Why are your eyes so blue?
Remember my words, Commander Shepard. They will give you strength.
I know that's a very weird question to have since everyone's eyes are very vibrant in this game. But like, you know? Her eyes are incredibly blue. So yeah, but like even if we aim at their feet, so what it could be is that like because a sitting figure is in a regular shape and they're moving, it wasn't worth designing hitbox for the targeting. Whereas a vertical figure, you know, if you're even in the vicinity of the vertical line, it seems to aim up, right? So even if their arms are moving, so long as they're not walking, it'd be easy to program. You know, so it might have been just it wasn't worth the effort of programming hitboxes for all the individual sitting figures, right? Yeah, because for a vertical figure, it's just an XZ coordinate, right? An XZ coordinate centered on the center of their model. So I guess you could do the same thing for a sitting figure, but it would be an XYZ, right? So definitely doable, but more work. I wonder if like there's any documentation of it anywhere and anyone else has figured it out. Because I'm sure that at some point someone has examined the code and looked at it, right? Yeah, I'm sure someone actually has the answer, right? Like, if I go in here, right, and go to Google, why can Shepard aim at sitting models and not standing ones? Mass Effect. Game uses a long corner aim system that targets enemy silhouettes or models rather than physical position. Interesting. Not a conclusive answer. There's a video on it. I mean, probably.
You Quarians messed up the whole...
But, you know, like, by a quick Google search, it pretty much says that they didn't design hitboxes for the sitting models, is what I'm
talk
reading.
about starting a foolish war that resulted in the Turians
And since there's no
sterilizing their
hitbox, it
people?
doesn't know to aim away from it, right? Alright, so Artemis Tau will rescue her sister, who from her previous playthrough, I already know how that story plays out.
Shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard.
Gunnery
XO
station.
Presley stands relieved.
Now, would this be something that would interest people? Now, there's all these, like, codex entries around the ship, right? Like, for the Normandy and stuff, right?
Ship.
Would we? And, like, it would take a bit of doing for me to do, mind you. But, like, you know, would it be interesting for me to find all the entries here for, like, the for the Normandy, right? And create, like, a little mini Normandy lore video based on my thoughts, based on what we're given. I'm sure there's something like that on YouTube, actually. I could just literally find a Normandy lore video and post it in the Discord. I don't need to make one. You know, if anything, find a real Normandy lore video. And, you know, if I have an altering opinion on it, you know, just kind of interject, right? You know, in the video, they state this, but logically this, you know? That's basically what my rebuttal would be at that point. Yeah, there's no value in that.
Is that
It's such an
something you
old
need?
game. You know, if Mass Effect 5 comes out, maybe for something like that, I could create a lore video early days based on my opinions, right?
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission, but he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
There's Caden. Now, okay, so is this my quarters? So the reason that we're here in our quarters is, where's my trinket from the Asari? Because, like, a lot of times that they're just like decorations for your ship or whatever, right? Are these not my quarters? Yeah, captain's office. That's my quarters. Nope, nothing for me. I like how our bed is just two beds side by side. Heaven forbid we spring for the queen size, guys. They just gave us two twins and called it a day. Alright, uppies. Alright, to the Artemis Tau cluster to fight some mercenaries. Open.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, Miss Al-Jalani's story on you just aired. She shouldn't have ambushed you like that, but you handled it pretty well.
We had differences of opinion, sir. I hope she at least believed my sincerity.
You handled yourself pretty well, Commander. She came across like a raving idiot. There is one other matter, however. The Citadel has been trying to play down Saren going rogue. It makes the Spectres look bad. Your mention of him was politically inconvenient.
Sorry?
I wasn't aware of that. I won't discuss him again, sir.
I'd appreciate that, Commander. I won't keep you any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Alright. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Artemis Tau. Liara. Exodus. Local. Maroon Sea. Talking. Artemis Tau. Cool. Do we know which one in the Artemis Tau we're going to, or am I just kind of guessing? We could go to Hawking Ada. Sorry, diplomacy. Macedon. I mean, there is a bajillion things we can be doing right now. And that's the cool thing about this, is like, you can do things in largely whatever order you want. What's kind of neat in, Wasteland 3, though, is like, it's a lot of choice and consequence, but there's a clock on some of the decisions, too. So, like, if you want to go to X or Y, you know, if you're like, hey, I'm gonna go check out this radio transmission or whatever, you know, but our colony says, we're under attack and we need help, and you don't make it there in time, you don't get a chance to do that mission because you chose to do something else. Which is kind of neat, in my opinion. Chorgila has a very dense atmosphere of ammonia and oxygen. Its temperate surface is mainly composed of alumina with deposits of sulfur. Comm buoys in the system have recently logged a number of unregistered vessels not operating nearby. Chorgila has an extensive silicon-based oxygen-breathing ecology, heavily populated areas covered with fine silica, silicon dioxide dust, the respiratory byproduct of the world's higher animal forms. High-speed surface winds, often laden with abrasive silica dust, present a hazard. In areas where the wind deposits a great deal of silica, footing can be treacherous. EVAs are discouraged. And the completion is, I hate it. It definitely does, but there are definitely things that, because a lot of the choices that you get locked out of are achievement-based. So it definitely prompts you to do a second playthrough to get all your achievements, right? Instead of trying to do everything in one playthrough and just taking forever. Porolan is an enormous terrestrial planet, half again the size of Earth. Despite its thick atmosphere, the weak output of the red dwarf Macedon leaves the surface biting cold. The crust is mainly composed of silica, but significant deposits of iron and other industrial metals are present. The lodes may prove rich enough to be profitably mined despite the heavy gravity. 21 Earth years, 9,749 kilometers, 45.4 hours, 1.4 atmospheres, negative 197 Celsius, 1.5 gravities. And what gets me here is the lack of a comma separating the 9,000 from the 749. I did not read you the stats of Chorgila. Chorgila's orbital period is 1.0 Earth years, a radius of 5,693 kilometers, 40.6 Earth hours for its day length, pressure of 39.16, 25 Celsius, and 0.99 gravities. Fargalus is a standard hydrogen helium giant with an abundance of airborne hydrocarbons. 107 Earth year orbital period, a radius of 40,394, and a day length of 19.1 hours. And we found a large concentration of xenon. Patavig is the second of Macedon's system's giant terrestrial planets, and by far the more interesting. Most of the surface is covered by a vast sea of liquid ammonia, in which a unique aquatic ammonia-based biosphere has developed. While the frozen continents are largely bereft of life, a rich bounty of complex organisms, mainly larger than human, flourish in the chilly, toxic seas. While dreadfully inhospitable to humans, Patavig is suitable for colonization by the Volus. Negotiations between the Systems Alliance and the Volus' patrons, the Turian hierarchy, have made good progress. Its orbital distance is 11.3 astral units, its period is 69.8 Earth years, with a radius of 10.529 kilometers, a day length of 30.4 hours, a pressure of 22.4 atmospheres, a temperature of -130 Celsius, and a gravity of 1.6 gravities. Alright, so we can land on 2 of these planets. There have been unregistered vessels operating nearby this one, so I assume that this is the one with the mercenary band. I should probably use my human companions once in a while. Alright, map. So, debris here, stronghold, thing. So, right? So we go get the debris first, we hit the stronghold, and then we go grab the last thing, and then we bail. That's the plan. Nope. That's the plan in any case, right? Off early today. That's what, 2 o'clock. Hi, Lucy. Today's not a holiday or anything, right? Labor Day was last week. Well, enjoy your freedom from work. What, 2 hours early? 3 hours early? I actually have no idea what time you actually work till. I've been off since 10:30 this morning and had a doctor's appointment. Oh, okay. Okay. So you scheduled yourself to be off. Well, I hope your doctor's appointment went well, and enjoy your freedom from your early doctor's appointment. Honestly, though, I prefer to schedule all my appointments like by 11, just so I have all afternoon to do whatever if I need to go pick up a prescription or whatever. So, like, you know, at 10:30 is ideal for me. Actually, 9 a.m. is ideal for me. But I'm one of those people that gets up at 7. So, but I hope you're well, and happy and healthy and wise. And I hope you're having a good start to your week. God damn it. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna let this fail and do it again. I try to go in for half a day to get stuff done. Valid. I mean, that's also why I prefer having a weekday off. Cause you know, I ain't got a pet or a partner or anything, right? So like, I don't need to line up my days off with anyone. The only people I really see on a consistent basis are my parents, and they're both retired, right? So whatever day I'm free is good for them. Can I get in my car? So welcome to Mass Effect, where my car is a 6-wheel with a giant gun. And a machine gun, for that matter. But, you know, I'm glad that you were able to go to work for a half day and get stuff done. And you all ain't followed Lucy, and you want to go see like a whole bunch of cool games like Voices of the Void and Quarantine Zone and Outbreak and Helldivers and Modded Stardew and Planet Zoo and all those things. definitely go give her a follow. It's probably more interesting than things I do, where I die to the same turret 18 times. Or fire a machine gun at a guy on the ground and can't hit him to save my life. There's a sniper in that tower. Woo. Sir? I realize that my machine gun should not be a sniper weapon, but this is the kind of person I am at this point. There's a sniper in that tower. Sir? Stop getting up. Oh, there's a sniper in that tower. But yeah, machine gun, sniper weapon. I also used to snipe with a 50 cal in Bad Company though, so that's also an indication of how I play a video game. Woo. All right, one more enemy, and I'm like sideways on a hill because I know how to drive. Oh, two more enemies. Woo. Okay, there's one more enemy. Oh, that's a tank trap. Oh. Ragdoll. Yes, we can, in fact, run him over. Because their tank traps are apparently A, aluminum, and B, not even bolted to the ground. No? Alright, maybe not aluminum, because I can't shoot them over or walk into them, but, you know. It do be like that some days. Oh. You know what? You know what? We're gonna do this smart. We're not gonna walk into there. We got a sniper rifle and we're gonna use it. Our sniper rifle doesn't have a lot of stopping power, so maybe this was not my greatest plan. Alright, well, that's gonna take us forever. First thought, best thought. We're gonna play this like I play Fortnite. Heal. Nope. I would like to back out and heal. There we go. Alright. That went over like a lead balloon. Get out of here, Krogan. All right. Pushing up. Get out of here, pirates. Did you just walk up to me, sir? Seems like a weird choice. Boop. All right, upgrade kit, polonium rounds. Oh, you know what? Speaking of polonium rounds, I never fixed that. Where's my proton rounds? All right. So, your shields don't matter if I can shoot through them. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay, so there is an enemy above me? I think they're above me. Yeah, sniper. There we go. We got ads coming in 2 minutes, guys. Woo. Safe, locker. Malfunctioning object. More proton rounds. Proton round 6. Is that better? I have proton round 6. Boring. Nope. Nope. Jesus. You know, once again, the neat thing is that it gives me infinite tries. The not so neat thing is, like, that I'm not good at Frogger. Scimitar, Equalizer, Combat Scanner. That's not bad. Jeez. Nope. There we go. Trial rounds, shredder rounds, boring. Investigate. You discover evidence that the story leading these slavers and Nasana Dantius, an important ambassador on the Citadel, are sisters. You should return to the Presidium and confront Nasana with this. Exploding barrel. Now, is there any hidden loot that I'm missing? Begin override. Wow. That is, in fact, an easy one. Avenger 6. A lot of Avenger 6s. Everyone, you get an Avenger 6. You get an Avenger 6. Everyone. An Avenger 6 is going to be a gun that I don't even want to use, is it? Yeah. It's a sniper. It's a rifle that I don't even want. I love that for me. Katana is better, but we lose a mod slot. Stinger 6 is just a better version of a 4. Sniper rifle, Avenger 6 is worse. Equalizer is better. Ads. Alright, and we back. Welcome back from ads, guys. Yeah, I am going to try and utilize the BRB time to just get up and walk around and stuff. Especially with the story-based games where there's things going on. Because I don't want you guys to miss stuff, right? Alright, so cooldown bonus. Not that I ever remember to use my powers anyway. But, you know. We pretend. Biotic amp. So... less power, more duration, that's fine. That's the exact same. I was like, it might be better. I can't read. Better. Once again, losing a mod slot. Alright, and that is it for upgrades and loot here. Okay, door. What, we're looking at 11:30. I need to leave. Alright, oh, map. There is an anomaly there. Now, the quest marker is here, but we already got the... informed us on it. Okay, we did do that. What's wrong, Moon? Fish? Is fishing broken? Fishing might be broken. Is fishing gonna work? Or is it super broken? Okay, let's restart it. I might remove fishing because it breaks so often, and it so rarely gets used. It's just another thing that my computer's running just for lulz at this point, right? There you go. Alright, so where am I going? That way. I mean, you know, if you want to, then, you know, don't do it, I guess. But, you know, it's one of those things of, like, off times, like, only one person fishes an entire week, right? So I question why I'm running it, or opening it, or dealing with it breaking when the one person does want to fish. But that's the thing, I'm never going to know if it's broken if people aren't using it. So, like, it's one of those kind of problems that there is no best answer to. But I know it's going to end up being one of those problems wherein if I remove it and someone wants to use it, they'll go, why is it gone? And, you know, I'll be like, well, 'cause you guys never use it, so... You know? I would rather people use it and me have to restart it than just not know it's broken, I guess. Or, you know, it's just one of them things, right? If we do remove it, I will figure out some other kind of mini game to do for the Steam keys, right? There will be something where you guys get to win Steam keys. It just might not be fishing in the future. Boop. Recover artifact. Well, that's another easy one. Boop, 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 boop. It's not clear who lived here, but it appears to have been abandoned for some time. The container in the tent held, among other things, one of Matriarch Dilingia's writings. As far as I know, that's everything. We can boogie on down to the south end of the map here and see if there's anything that shows up on our radar, like the rock deposit, but I'm okay. No real complaints, lots of imaginary ones. Tired, but that's fairly typical of it at this point. Starting in a couple weeks, I'll be doing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evenings at work. So, there is that.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going
So
beyond
what we
the
might
range of the
actually do
operational area.
at that point is like change the entire stream schedule, right? You know, like at that point the stream schedule would be I do Monday to Fridays, 8 a.m. till noon, and then I take weekends off from streaming, right? Which is an option. Because that gives us Fridays to do co-working still. We get to play games in the morning before I go to work. No, I guess I still work Thursday morning. So that wouldn't explicitly work, but like, something like that is a option. I could have sworn they said that there was rocks over here. Yeah, they're above me. They are here in any case. I just don't know how specifically I'm going to get there. Nope.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
Oh, there it is. Found it. Perfect. Hey, what an easy survey. Uranium. 113,000. That's not bad. I gotta assume there is no achievement for finding every one of these survey things, because that would be real annoying. Because there's no indicator that they even exist, But how have you been, Lou? How is the Netherlands?
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
I don't see anything to explore. Boring.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
Sir, I have at least one square between me and the edge of the operational area. It's fine. Very wet. Do you have an umbrella? Yeah, it is getting to be that time of year, right? Trust me, I'm a pro. A pro of staying within the operational area. Micro, do you stay so well in your operational area, like, the criminal steps like 1 foot over the line, and you're like, oh, not my problem anymore. Umbrella is for the weak. Well, I don't like being wet, so I am weak. But, if there's a wet t-shirt contest, I'll probably win it. So there is that, right? Take from that information what you will. Our motto is, we aren't made of sugar. Moon, not sweet. Got it. Oh, we don't have the problem. I had chases going to another country. Did you get them? Can you tell us police stories? Can you tell us police stories that aren't covered by confidentiality? You just want to tell us, like, police stories that are covered by confidentiality? Do you just want to commit a crime? Yeah, Sweden and Norway has great cooperation. There you go. And it's good that you guys have good cooperation, right? Because, like, it would make your job far more difficult because, like, the country's so narrow, it'd be really easy to make it to the border, right? I think that smaller countries, quote-unquote smaller, geographically smaller countries that have good cooperation along the borders are definitely in a good position for these things, right? Hard to keep this short enough in the text, but let me think. So I got bit once when I worked at the hospital. That was a fun day. Bit hard enough to get through my latex gloves even, but not hard enough to like break the skin. But yeah, we had an old lady who was trying to like escape, and like you know, she was a danger to other patients when she escaped. Like she was that aggressive when she was having an episode. So like it was definitely a hands-on situation to keep her in the unit, right? But like I didn't have another security person with me, so you know the instinct when someone rushes at you is to grab their hands, because you know we're not here to knock people out or anything, right? We're here to restrain them. So I grab her hands, and she jerks her hands back, which jerks my arms with her, because and that's how elbows work. And she just bit my hand. Right? It was just like such a weird thing. And like, once again, I don't fault her for it or anything, but like I was like, well, what am I to do with this, right? So there I am, holding her. At this point, I'm locking my elbows so she can't move my elbows. But like, just the immediate, as soon as I grabbed her hands, she reared back and bit, right? I was not prepared for that. That's on me. But like, I feel bad for her, right? Because like I met her son. Her son is super nice. You're scanning the planet Porolon, and a strange signal came from orbit. Navigator Presley determined the signal was coming from an ancient beacon. Your Sour Chief brought the beacon aboard and found Matriarch Delingia's writings in his storage compartment. Hey, that's 2 writings. But like that's the thing. Like I'm not gonna fault these people for it though. You know, they're doing the best they can, right? And like, hospitals are traumatizing, especially when they don't know what's going on in the psych units. Often have death wave reaction. Oh, where they just go limp, yeah. Yeah, they go limp.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
General distress call. The Sacred Angel medical transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. Emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support. Emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
Metgos is a large terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Its hot surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of potassium and heavy metals. It is words are hard. It is a mineralogical treasure trove with concentrated heavy elements constantly being brought to the surface by volcanic activity. I was reading that. Metgos is inhospitable and dangerous, and expeditions must be well prepared to survive any length of time. With high mass, heat-trapping clouds, and constant volcanic venting, Metgos seems well on its way to becoming a Venusian pressure cooker world. With an orbital period of 2.8 years, radius of 7,301 kilometers, a day length of 47.2 Earth hours, 1 atmosphere, 169 Celsius, and 1.1 gravities. All right, so let's rescue this down medical transport. We will bring the humans. And that might be the last mission for today if this takes more than 20 minutes. Because I need to get going in about 40 to 50 minutes. So, I don't know, maybe 2 quick ones, but the other one I'm looking for, I believe, isn't particularly quick. It's not particularly long either, but it's a lot of fighting. So, like, you know, if we die, then we just have to start over, and, you know, it's a whole thing. Alright, there is a mineral here.
Moving out.
Alright, a thorium deposit. Thorium. Oh, heat hazard. Alright, so we can't spend too long outside of our vehicle. So if we're struggling with one of these surveys, we will have to pop in and out of our vehicle.
Careful, Commander. I've got a bad feeling.
It's a trap!
Oh. I am bad at this, guys. Alright, so there's two more over here. And wouldn't you believe we're gonna run one of them over? An ambush, rude. Alright, we updated our journal. So what do we got here? Signal tracking? No. Rogue VI, samples, facility shipments. No. Oh, two messages. When I was this police student, I had an experience I will never forget. One night, our incident commander recruited a drunk guy who had been fighting with a security guard. Then we rescued him. We decided to be nice and drive him home. So we dropped him off. He suddenly said he was going to do bad things to himself because of us, and then he started running. We chased through the residential area while the commander drove around the blocks with the car. We finally managed to tackle him. I was putting him on handcuffs when the commander walked up and asked if everything was fine. I turned around to answer him and saw his face go pale. I thought something was wrong with him. Then I looked at my hands. The handcuffs were covered in blood. Despite the struggle, I had taken an elbow straight to the nose and was bleeding everywhere without even noticing. But that's how adrenaline works, right? And that's why after any kind of intense situation, you know, you got to do a debrief and check those things, right? You would have caught that after the guy was in cuffs and stuff, right? And the adrenaline had worn off because your face would have felt wet. But in the moment, like that doesn't seem unusual to me, right? You know, you might have been aware that you got hit in the face. So then we had to drive him to the drunk tank. Yeah, that do be the case. Especially when they're trying to fight you, right? But you know, like that makes sense to me because you were chasing him, because you were trying to cuff him, your adrenaline was up, right? So you know that I understand rationally how that would happen, right? But I would understand his concern because he wasn't there when this all started when you're trying to cuff him, right? He didn't see the struggle or anything. He just saw that you were bleeding. Let's repair our car. All right. Anything else interesting on this planet? You know what? That was actually super quick. We'll find the mission I was actually looking for because it's in this system. Cadram is a small rocky world with trace atmosphere of methane and krypton. Its surface is mainly composed of magnesium and silicates with deposits of carbon. Cadram was the site of the warlord Jaigur's defeat by the Turan peacekeeping force during the Krogan rebellions. While this band was not especially powerful, Shaigur was a female warlord, and one of the few remaining fertile females at that. She had, through viciousness and cunning, parlayed her unique value into a position of power. Krogan males competed with the right to join her band and ally with her. When Shaigur's death was announced, vengeful male Krogan admirers near and far swore blood oaths against the participating Turian crews. In the end, several thousand of the Turian participants were killed in open combat or through assassination. To this day, many Krogan proudly proclaim that they have the blood of Shaigur. With an orbital period of 67.3 years, a radius of 5,220 kilometers, a day length of 32.5 hours, an atmosphere of 0.07, Its atmosphere is minus 132 and the gravity of 0.55 gravities. And of course, before we take anyone to the drunk tank, they have to be checked by a doctor. So there I was, sitting in the hospital, with tissue stuffed up my nose and blood all over my face. All of the drunk guy gives his verdict and never comments on me. Not a single word. Then we just laughed. Turned out I had broken my nose. Well, shit. Scans of the planet camera revealed dangerous levels of radiation coming from orbit. Chief Engineer Adams conducted further scans and discovered the remains of an ancient warhead marked with the Parthia colony insignia. But Micro is the hero that we need, you know? Barmalis has thick atmosphere of nitrogen and helium. Its surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of alumina with deposits of borax. The planet has an extensive network of subterranean caves formed over the millennia by volcanic processes. In these relatively cool areas, some primitive life has developed. With an orbital period of 0.4 years, a radius of 9,593 kilometers, a length of 19.4 hours, 1.3 atmospheres, a surface temperature of 503 Celsius, and a gravity of 1.2 gravities. Alright, so this is the planet we're looking at. No? Thayer is a large gas giant with traces of chlorine and sodium in the atmosphere. It also has a significant amount of water vapor in the clouds of its upper atmosphere. Thayer was struck by an asteroid at least 12 kilometers in diameter within the last 100 years. The superheating caused by the impactor's atmospheric passage created a large bank of vicious storms along the equatorial band. With an orbital period of 12.8 Earth years, a radius of 60,774 kilometers, and a day length of 11.8 Earth hours. Okay, so there's another planet. Cybra is a standard Neptune-based gas giant with the upper cloud decks of its hydrogen-helium atmosphere, tinted with a dramatic blue by traces of methane, with an orbital period of 162.1 Earth years, a radius of 45,145 kilometers, and a day length of 12.8 Earth hours. Scans from orbit have detected a large concentration of helium-3. Okay, let's... Just 1 second. And if that wasn't enough, on the way back from the drunk tank, around 4 in the morning, we suddenly end up in a car chase. A car was driving strangely, even going the wrong way out of a roundabout. We switched on the lights and sirens and followed. The chase lasted 10 kilometers below the speed limit until our commander had to get in front of the car to finally stop it. Huh. Senile old man. I mean, that's valid. I just got a call from the police, actually. Speaking of, I have to go to the station and pick up some documents, and it's urgent, apparently. So, we're gonna raid out, and I'm going to go figure that part of my life out right now. Yeah, the timing. So where's my outro panel? I'll do a quick outro. So we'll be back on Thursday to play Factorial with Dr. Buttercar this week. Co-working on Friday morning. And Fire Emblem on Saturday evening. No Fallout this week because I'm doing a morning shift at work on Saturday. And possibly a bonus stream tomorrow, but we'll see what we shall see. Stick around for your bonus A coins, and I will see you guys soon. We're going to pick someone we know so that I can raid and run. I'm gonna send you guys over to Underdog. Underdog is playing Ghost of Tsushima. And I will see you guys soon.
Wandering along, was struck down by a fierce wind scarlet the song, where from thee the onflow, a little woodland creature hidden among trees, his sparkling eyes are glitter. After the chipmunk their evil long pursued, scary did he, stumbling among the tree, the owl dove ever down. Out jumps Squirrel, screeching his battle cry, fierce woodland beast toss an acorn to your squirrel. Oh, the deep dark forest